Welcome to the Health Rant of the Week, episode 14. Hi, my name is Angelo Fleury, certified fitness and nutrition coach with Altus Fitness. So, today I had a brief video, and the episode for today is called Passion or Fear. So, if you've been following, you've heard me talk about what the motivation for people to transform their bodies is. You may be wondering right now, okay, so this guy's channel is Altus Fitness and Nutrition, whatever, Altus Fitness, and why am I here just listening to this guy talking about mindset and things like that? Well, what happens is that if you are, you have any goal in your life, if you don't put your mind into it, there's slim chance of you achieving it, right? So this is why I focus so much on this topic. So one of the things that I realized several years ago when I started my career, I was very focused on getting more skills and more skills and more skills, and just getting, muscle testing and nutrition and more nutrition, and then more, getting, one certification and then getting another certification. And then, as I've said it before, I'm just one certification away from becoming an elite trainer, what's considered an elite trainer by some standards. But that really doesn't mean much when you consider that people can achieve results from or with someone that is very committed and that's very passionate, with just enough credentials, whereas some other people can or may not achieve the results or the transformation or any goal in life, basically, regardless of how many credentials they have or the coach that they choose has. And that's the reason why, the more I realized, the sooner I realized that getting more into people's brains and psychology would help me more. And then I started to take more an approach, or just to focus more on those things. So today, passion or fear. So a couple of episodes ago, I talked about the why. So you've heard that thing, that expression, your why should make you cry kind of thing. I don't know, it may be a little dramatic, but in essence, you want to make sure that you have a good enough reason to achieve anything. All right, so that goes for you and for me. And as I said this morning in the video, basically, I am helping you get through your own journey and get to where you need to be with my advice, with my coaching tools, some people live, some people online, some people that follow, all that good stuff. But you're actually part of my own journey as well. And that's why this discovery is we're doing it together. And that's where I'm going. So when you start reading about people that have achieved anything and everything they've set their mind to in life, you're going to see a pattern, right? So, or I call it two drivers, and the drivers are complete opposites. One being fear, and the other one being just plain passion. Okay, so, and they are equally strong. If you think about, I'm just going to read a couple of the people that I follow, that I've read, not to brag, I'm not a good reader by any chance, but it's very important for me to be able to understand what drives successful people, so I can drive people to successfully reach their goals. So Brian Clammer, Stephen Covey, Robert Kiyosaki, Tim Ferriss, Bob Proctor, Tony Robbins, Mel Robbins, Dean Graziosi, and Napoleon Hill, just to name a few. I'm just getting into the habit of reading more, or listening more to audiobooks, so that I can get to the bottom of what makes people determined to reach their goals, right? So, and this is once again my realization. This is what I've come across. I see people that have made a very noticeable change in their life after a heart attack, or after the doctor said that they're going to die if they don't do something within the next 3 months. That's part of the reason why I have, some of my clients have had outstanding results with MS, multiple sclerosis, while there's some other people that have basically no issues or limitations whatsoever, don't make any results, and they basically they're what I call tire kickers, right? So they know what they have to do, but they don't have that drive or that passion, and they're kind of like in between, right? They have no fear of anything. I mean, they're like, okay, so I don't have to do it now, I can do it later. And they don't have the passion, they don't have like a clear view of everything they can become of a person, and their health and their physique and all that good stuff. Now, where it gets interesting is I've had people that actually meet both criteria. I know people that have got to me that because of fear, and then along the way they realize that they are actually passionate for seeing and becoming more, like seeing results and becoming more, and then you see that they actually can shift. And I have seen people as well that they're very, like, the fear or passion has driven them to become very, very wealthy, for example, or like businessmen or businesswomen, and like a very well-known, respected person within their industry. However, they don't feel their health is a factor, right? Until one of my clients in particular, he had a heart attack, and after the heart attack, like, the guy's one very super accomplished person in his 60s. Like, he's a very wealthy person. He's a very accomplished. He's done multiple. He's speaking. He's been a public speaker for a little while, for a long time actually. Now that I think about it, but like, he's like, I got it. I have everything I need. I became everything I wanted to be. But he actually disregarded the health part until, well, he had a heart attack. I mean, he's one of those people that had the luxury of having a close call, but not close enough so that he wouldn't be able to take the next one, right? So this is the point. So whether, if you think about any of these people that I told you, what they sell you is their story. Like Brian Clammer, Tony Robbins. I mean, when he talks about, like, the apartment that he used to live in, that was something like, I don't even know, like 200 square feet, something ridiculous like that, and the 50-year-old, like, Volkswagen that he used to drive, like, having issues with the family and all that stuff, and everything that he has become and he has helped other people become, that's a powerful driver. It's a very powerful. Now, that's not only motivation, it's an actual driver. It's just people that say, like the person with this lady that had still has MS. She's still in good shape, and another, like, 80 years old, like, thyroid issues, arthritis. She had, like, all sorts of issues, and she's become one of my poster children. And it's because she's at 80. She's like, now I have my grandchildren. It's kind of like fear, and then became a motivation, a passion, knowing that now she's healthy. She wants to take the leap and take it even further. But she discovered that out of one of those drivers. So either one of these drivers can have you take off on your journey to becoming a better, healthier, wealthier, happier person. But then along the way, you realize and you discover, and this is not necessarily my own experience, I have to say, this is just from reading and looking at these people and listening to them, and just checking out their TED Talks and all that stuff. But it is, I mean, all I'm doing is trying to shortcut the learning curve for you, so that you can actually not become the next tire kicker. I mean, some of the people that I've come across, they've been tire kickers for their whole life. And some of them, actually, I see them along the way. I see them at different points in their journey, and I see them now, I see them in 6 months or a year, whatever. I come across those same people, and they're not only not getting ahead when it comes to health. I mean, I don't know any other, like, I'm talking strictly health, fitness, and nutrition, those things, weight management, whatever you want to call it. Not only are they not getting ahead, they're actually either stuck or going backwards. In nature, there's no such thing as, well, stagnant means you're actually going back. I mean, you leave a rock in one spot, and the rain comes, and the air and, like, the wind and stuff, and it's gonna start, like, shrinking, even though you don't notice it, right? So it's either getting better, you're moving forward, you're moving backwards. So these people are. So I've had, like, the very sour surprise of seeing people 3 months later, and then getting hit with the news that, oh, well, now I have diabetes, or now I have this, or now I was, diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, right? So those things could have been avoided, So unfortunately, until they get to that point where the absolute driver is the fear, and they go like, Alejandro, something's got to change, there's no looking back. Or like some other people, they're like, they have a clear vision, and I've had a few of those. I've had more like fear than that passion. Like, just they have an absolutely clear vision of they want to become. So their motivation is not, or their driver is not the fear of losing something, but it's just the excitement of gaining something. All right. So anyways, I just wanted to share this one with you because I think it will help. As I've said before, I'm just helping you navigate through the noise, and so that you can actually make your own, like gain your own conclusions and start moving forward. Once again, my name is Alejandro Fleury, certified fitness and nutrition coach with Altitude Fitness. I'll see you around. Thank you.